What's up, ladies? Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence right here on SistaHood.
Yes, indeed. Now, ladies, today we are talking all about cyber hookup.
What is that, you ask? Well, it's like hookup over the internet, you know, dating or finding friends off social network sites.
It's also about exchanging your information with complete strangers. But before we get into that, let's take a look at our lineup.
SistaHood in studio, we chat about web networks, we take you on a trendy shopping experience, we not only take a look at your mail, but we treat you to an eye candy too. That and so much more today on SistaHood.
Sisters, are you a part of the big network craze? Are you one of those people that likes to meet people over the internet and then meet them in person? Well, if you are, then this show is just for you.
Yes, sisters, as you know, SistaHood is always trying to keep you well informed, and today we are highlighting the pros and cons of cyber hookups, okay? And our guest today is a web designer. She works for a web company. She's been with them for over 4 years, so she knows all about the matter. So joining us in studio is Roxanne. Welcome to SistaHood.
Hi, thanks for having me.
How you doing?
Welcome. Well, and you?
We're good, thanks. So what exactly is it that you do?
Well, I'm the co-owner of .co's web design. We do all things digital, screensavers, flash presentations, but primarily we do websites.
Okay, and what made you get into the whole industry?
I always knew I was going to go into an art career, but nowadays unless you're doing something really crazy, you can't crack it in a fine art industry.
Yeah.
But with web design, I get to do what I love, and I get paid for it. So
Yeah, it's a bonus.
No, so today we're talking about cyber hookups. What exactly is online dating?
Well, it's quite self-explanatory. It's basically dating via a chat line or something on the internet.
So what would you say are the advantages and disadvantages of online dating?
Well, the advantage is that you could potentially meet your soulmate. The world is brought closer by the internet. So if your soulmate happens to live in Spain, and you might never go to Spain, but you could meet them online.
Yeah.
But do
what
you
about
know
the
people
disadvantages?
who actually meet online?
I do, actually. My brother-in-law, yes.
Oh.
Disadvantages, I would say that you're not guaranteed that the person who you think you're speaking to is really that person.
Yeah, so that's always very risky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, so how safe are these social network sites?
I would say it depends on the social network itself. Some of them are relatively safe because they have security measures in place by default, so your profile isn't available to the general public, whereas others, your profile can get indexed by search engines and people can find you online that way.
Yeah.
So it's not always the safest option, so you've got to be very careful which online networks you actually choose to go with. Now tell me, how easy is it to clone someone's identity?
It's very easy. It's just a matter of going into, if the profile is public, it's just a matter of going into the profile, saving the photographs and creating your own fake one.
Yeah.
And so it's very easy.
Hey?
What kind of damage can that do?
Well, I suppose damage to your reputation. You know, our mothers always tell us your reputation precedes you. So you have to be careful. You don't know what people are doing under your name.
Yeah, I mean, they could be sending out just false things. And it must be especially dangerous being, if you're a celebrity, like, say, I don't know, Brad Pitt.
One of your
For
dreams.
example. Maybe I should go closer. Ooh. That will be Angelina Jolie, then at least I can talk to him.
Yeah. Well, so how bad are the internet scams when it comes to social network sites?
Internet money scams, I think, are generally more targeted at the older generation. So I'm not saying it doesn't happen on social networking sites, but it's not as bad as say, fake identities and that sort of thing.
Okay, so what's your overall idea, and what advice would you give to all the young, innocent girls out there who are going onto these social network sites?
I would say, regardless of whether it's a social network or whether it's your own personal blog, don't put your contact details online. If you're in school, I would say don't put your school name online. And also, I would say that also you're not obligated to respond to everybody who sends you a message. You're not obligated to add people as your friend if they approach you. It's not a matter of being snobby. It's just being selective for your own safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
And so would you advise people to actually go on these sites and make friends there, or would you advise them to meet friends?
I would say a good balance.
Is it?
Yeah.
Just be careful, that's all.
Yeah.
But now also one thing that's always interested me, I mean, I'm sure people can find you if they have your full name. So do you think it's also a bit risky putting your full name up there?
Well, I think some sites it's good if you do, because it's for people who want to find you, who went to school with you and things like that. But it's a matter of whether your profile is for public consumption or not.
And also, I suppose, if you mention where you live or whatever, then it makes it smaller. Well, Roxanne, we'd really like to thank you for joining us. So we have a little present for you.
Thank you so much. Very thoughtful.
Well, good luck for everything in your future, and thank you for coming onto the show.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sisters, you heard it first time. Now, that was a real eye-opener for me, Jill.
It was, but right now it's time for us to go and take a look at the quote of the week.
The internet is the first thing that humanity has built, that humanity